The Buddha said, when you get angry, go back to your breathing. Breathing in, I know I'm angry. Breathing out, I know anger is not good for my health and for the health of the world. That is a bell of mindfulness. And you know that. You agree with the Buddha. And the Buddha expects you to do better than that also. Recognize the fact that anger is not good for your health. And he also offers you tools in order to transform your anger. When you get angry, your anger is supported by many things within you. All experiences of anger, the face of the person who were not kind to you reappear in yourself. And that if that image manifests, it supports your anger. You get more angry. And you remember what he said or she said, you get angry. So many things in you that you still keep and have not been able to transform, come up and support your anger. And suddenly your anger falls like a cascade, very strong, and you become the victim of your anger. And your body also go along with that. The beating of your heart, the chemical in you are triggered in order to go with that anger. So, breathing in, I know that I am angry. Breathing out, I know anger is not good for my health and for the world and for the community. This is the first step. The second step is to visualize the outcome of anger. You have to visualize how anger destroys your health and destroys your community, destroys the world. You can see. And in yourself, in your stored consciousness, you have these images. You have seen anger destroying families, couples, and others. You see the suffering. And if you are able to bring these images back, your anger will stop. Visualization. In dealing with your anger, you should know what tools to make use, what images, what sound to make use. They are all there inside of you and around you. Suppose you know someone who is capable of smiling during a difficult situation. And his or her image is you. And if you are able to think of him, think of her, and seeing his or her smile in a provoking situation, that image will help. And you want to be like him, to be like her, sitting solidly as a rock, and not allow anger to carry you away. The Buddha said that the person who is angry, who are trying to do harm to you, to provoke you, that person may be suffering a lot. And if you know that, instead of becoming angry at him or her, you can look at him, look at her, and think of him and think of her with compassion. And this is possible. in the 70s, one day I got very angry because I received a letter from a refugee camp in Thailand that a 11-year-old girl after was raped by separate, and his father tried to intervene to protect him, and then the separate threw him into the ocean. And during the 70s, news like that come every day. We were trying to help both people. Many of them stay in refugee camps in Thailand, in Malaysia, in Indonesia. You get angry at the separate who threw the who rape the 11-year-old, and after being raped, after having seen her father drown, and she also jumped into the ocean to get drowned. You get angry at the pirate. You get angry to the point that you cannot eat, and you know that you have to do something in order to transform your anger. Otherwise, you cannot eat, you cannot sleep, you cannot continue to help people. So I went for walking meditation to calm myself down. And that night during sitting meditation, I saw the pirate. And that is the practice of visualization. If you are born in a very poor fishing family, if your father has not had any chance to go to school, your mother also, and then you have been poor for many generations, and you have never got a chance to get out of that chronic situation of chronic poverty. And when you are 13, your father asks you to go with him to the sea, and you have to do very hard work. And yet, when your father died, you continue his career as a fisherman. But you cannot do better than him. You're still in chronic poverty. And one day another fisherman said, well, the boat people, when they flee the country, they always bring with them some valuable gold and diamonds and things like that. Because they left the country and they want to start a new life in another country. So if we go out, just one time, we can get enough in order to get out of this chronic situation of chronic poverty. And many young men became pirates because of that. In the high sea, there was no policeman. And you see young girls, and you know that you will not be punished. So the young fishermen just did like other fishermen. They rope they rape. If you are on a boat, what can you do? If you try to intervene, they will throw you into the ocean. And if you have a gun, what would you do? Of course, you will shoot the separate. That separate might be just 21 years old or 22. And I saw that in my meditation. Suppose I was born in the coast, along the coastline of Thailand 24 years ago, into a family like his. My father was very poor. My mother did not have any education. I was raised like that. No one. I did not go to the. I have no chance to go to school. I became a young poor fisherman. Nobody has taught me to love, to be responsible. Nobody has helped me to get out of my situation of chronic poverty. And another fisherman came to me and persuaded me to go out in order to meet the boat people, in order to take the gold, to take the diamond. And there I went. And I would have done exactly what the young parents have done, because I have had no education. I did not know how to love, to be responsible, so I did exactly what he did. And if you shoot me, I die. I simply die, because no one has helped me in my 21 years of life. So when I meditated, at that point, I identified myself with the poor fisherman. I saw him as a victim of society. It's really no one has tried to help him, his family. No one has tried to educate him, to teach him how to be responsible, to love. And when I saw that, my anger just evaporated. And suddenly I have a lot of compassion directed to the fisherman, to the sea pirate. Meditation is like that. Meditation is to use the image of reality in order to help you to be awake, to be reasonable. You should know that anger is not good to your health, and you are not good to the health of the people around you and the society, but that is not enough. That is the first bell of mindfulness. And you have to practice. You have to know how to practice, to make use of the teaching, the images, the insight, the experience you have got in order to embrace that anger and transform it. In our body there are lymphocytes, the immune system. Every time there is a foreign body penetrating into our system, they rush, they come and they just embrace and digest that foreign body and transform it into protein and other things. We should have a spiritual immune system in us. You should have macrophage. Leukocyte. We should be able to use them in order to protect us. Every time anger or fear manifests, we should call on these elements to come, to surround, to embrace that, not to let it do harm to our life, to our body, to our mind. The practice is very much the same as the practice of the immune system. We know that this is a poison, and if we do not take care of the poison, if we are not careful, we will let the poison destroy us. And the Buddha spoke about poisons: confusion, anger, craving, and so on. The Dhamma talk is not something nice to hear, to listen to. Dhamma talk should offer methods of practice, so that when you are in a difficult situation, when you are caught by anger, by fear, by craving, you know how to deal with these mental formations. By observing, we know craving can bring a lot of suffering. By thinking back of our previous experiences, we know that craving has brought us a lot of suffering. So when craving is there, we have to visualize. We have to think about the effect of craving. Before saying something, before doing something, you have to think of the effect that our act or our speech will bring about. And if we can see very clearly, we'll be able to stop saying that, doing that. And this is a matter of training. We have failed before. After having said that, after having done that, we suffer and we make the other person or person suffer. And yet, when the situation presents itself again, similar to that, our pattern of behavior push us to do the same, to say the same thing, to do the same kind of act, and we create destruction again and again. And again and again, we feel sorry because that is a pattern of behavior that is deeply entrenched in us. Now, as we have got the teaching and the instrument, we have to create new patterns of behavior.